are having a thought. And it may even be a subconscious thought. You don't even realize you're thinking it, but you just feel down. And then you get upset because you're down. And then you just keep spiraling. And then it causes another thought, brings you down, and you feel bad, extra bad, because you're feeling down about that. Now you're just spiraling and spiraling and spiraling down. Well, here's a way so that doesn't happen. No judgments. Okay? So one day, I was super angry. And honestly, I don't even remember what I was angry about. And so I was like, okay, I'm really angry right now. And I started getting angry about that. So then I was like, okay, what's happening here? It's not okay. I was going to say it's not okay. What I meant to say is this thought is not good. It's not bad. It just is. All thoughts are that way. So every time you have those thoughts that we shouldn't have, accept them. So I'm having this angry thought and I'm starting to notice. First, you be aware. So now I'm aware of my thoughts. Okay, something's going on. Interesting, curious. Be curious, you're aware. Now you're curious of your thought. No judgmental. No judgments. Okay. So I'm angry, I'm noticing. I'm not going to label it. It's good. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. After I've done that, you can accept it. Because your feelings and your thoughts, they just want to be accepted. The more you push them away, the more they're going to come at you. So what I did when I was really angry in this moment, and I had noticed it and I was aware of it and I got really curious about it, I sat down and I just felt it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to feel this emotion. I'm just going to feel it. And I closed my eyes. I was like, okay, feeling it. And then I started talking to it. I was like, hey, anger, I see that you're here. You're welcome here. I accept you. And I'm not even kidding. The moment that I did that, it took off. And I felt free, and I was like, no way, that's crazy. That could not have just happened. So I sat and I tried to even feel angry. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna feel angry right now. What was I feeling? I wanna feel that. And it just was gone. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I totally accepted you, and I freed you because of that. And not all the time does it work that way. But I feel that, another thing you can do if the feeling's just not going away, because some of these have been rooted so deep, they're from your past. And so you need to go right about it. So there was one time I was angry at my husband and we had apologized, and I still felt angry. And I'm like, what is going on here? I apologized. I did the right thing. He apologized. We're good. I should be feeling amazing right now, right? But I'm not. So I'm like, I'm going to go write about this and figure this out. So I went and I was writing, and all of a sudden I pictured my younger self inside of me. And I saw her screaming, and I was like, what is wrong? And she's like, I'm angry. I'm like, why are you so angry? And she said, I'm angry because my parents got divorced. And then I just started bawling. And I didn't want to stop the feeling. I wanted to totally feel it as much as I could. And so I just sat there and I tried to feel this emotion that my inner self, my inner little child was feeling, and I just felt it for her. And after I cried and I felt like I couldn't cry anymore, I looked at her and she said, gosh, what did she say? I don't remember, but I know it was along the lines of, I'm happy now. And I know at that time that I was able to let that feeling go. I was able to help with that deep hurt that I had inside of me. Does that mean that that pain will ever come up again? Not necessarily, but I hope that it doesn't. And if it does, I will do that same process again. And the more I do it, the more it's going to just, eventually it will be gone because I will have released all of that. So when there are some core beliefs that you have told yourself or have been taught or have had a traumatic experience that are still inside that you haven't dealt with. A lot of us haven't been told to deal with them. We've been told to push them down, or it's vulnerable to feel them. So we just push them down. And the more we just keep pushing them, they just boil up and manifest somewhere in our lives. And we don't even know that's why. So if you feel like there's something really going on, sit down and write. Try to figure out what is going on. Why are you feeling this way? And maybe we'll get down to that inner child and you'll go like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were still upset about this. And feel it and accept it and release it. It feels so freeing when you do this. So I have another example of this story. And I was doing a meditation. This is really cool. It was a guided meditation online. And it was telling me, had me like walk down staircases and visualize all this stuff. And then I sat in the seat, and the seat was supposed to tell me about something in my past, my core beliefs that were holding me back. And it's like, you will remember. And so I was sitting there, I'm like, oh gosh, I really want to remember what core belief is holding me back. And I was picturing, and then all of a sudden I pictured me and my really good friend in grade school. And she was like the super popular girl, and I was her little sidekick. And then I started to picture my life, and I noticed a pattern that I always have friends, or one really good friend that's stronger than me. And I realized I've been hiding behind these stronger women, and I've been letting them take care of me. And I just started bawling because I noticed my pattern. And noticing my pattern means I can break it and I can break free. That is so exciting to me. So I, once again, let the tears come. I felt that. I was like, this is amazing. I just figured out a pattern in my life that has been keeping me from my real self. And I realized I'm not going to be that girl that hides behind these strong women. I am going to be that strong woman. And I'm excited. So I hope that you can go home, or maybe you are home, and you can really dig deep and solve your core beliefs and issues that have been haunting you and stopping you from your true, real self that is already inside of you. You don't need to go find them or find that person you think you're already it. It's just been covered up with layers of guilt, shame, trauma, all that stuff. So I'm going to copy that link of that meditation I did down below. Oh, and after you sit in that chair, then you get out and you go across and you sit in the chair of your higher self, and then you feel that energy, and that's awesome. I felt pumped afterward and just felt like I could conquer the world. And honestly, I've had an awesome day. It's a truly great meditation, and it's definitely not going to hurt if you try it. So I know God loves you. God believes in you. God knows who you're really meant to be. Never, ever give up.